All right, we're back, folks. We told you guys Juan needed more than 10 minutes to share his awesome story because it is an awesome story with a happy ending. So now let's catch up. You're at YA, big boy prison.
Yeah. That's when the games really began to where I started catching up to things quick. I had to learn how to be a man without a man teaching me how to be a man. I don't know if I make sense by that.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to stay disciplined.
Okay.
I didn't have nobody really holding my hand at that point. And then there was a time where I knew I was gonna get released, and I had to realize that I can't keep making mistakes. Prison's the next. Like, you're gonna get it now or what? And I had a mentor in there that kind of showed me how to start making goals and how to start achieving these goals. And it started with just like an idea, started writing stuff down.
Okay.
And just those little things, just through the help of the mentorship I was taking, it kind of helped me prepare to get out. So I wasn't really prepared like the years before that, just by having the same attitude that I had for most of those years that got me there.
Okay.
And then, yeah.
Okay, awesome. So YA, you did your term, you fulfilled your commitment to the state, and they released you.
Yeah.
Good to go. Where'd you go after that?
So when I was released, I actually like maxed out my time. So they're like, we can't do much with you. Kick me out. I didn't really have nowhere to go at the time. So I decided to go to a program called Anti-Recidivism Coalition.
ARC?
ARC.
Awesome.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry. Yeah, so I went to them and asked for some help. And while I was in there, I realized that I needed help. I couldn't do it alone. So I took that initiative. I went to ARC. I went to I want to say it was like a transitional housing. Stayed there for about a few months so I could get on my feet.
Okay.
Got myself an ID, learned how to drive, got a permit.
Wow.
And then, with that little bit of help, networked, and I was able to find a internship with the Rams.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was in what year?
This was 2022.
2022.
Yeah.
So how'd you get to Right Way?
Right Way. So I got to Right Way 2022 exactly too as well. When I went to ARC, I had a real cool roommate at the time. His name was Joseph. And he was also, giving me good advice about different programs I should take advantage of. And Right Way was a program that got brought up. And he was telling me how I could do this class called Operation Emancipation. And he was just telling me a little bit about it all in one nutshell. So right away, I hopped on the opportunity. I called the number at the time, put myself on the waiting list for OE. With my lucky self, OE was that following week coming up.
Okay.
So I showed up at Long Beach, showed up to the class, and it was me and my buddy Andrew. So we both held each other accountable. We showed up each day, and that's how we joined Right Way.
Awesome.
Just by networking.
Good. Well, let's back up a little bit because you did mention the Rams internship. We're very proud of you guys. And we'll have a link to his spotlight on the show from the Rams internship. But he won a slot with the Rams internship. And then our other guy, Kenzo, from the Rugby Foundation intern. So how was the experience with the Rams? Talk about your internship.
With the Rams, it was amazing. Just from the whole beginning of the process, from getting the call like, hey, you're gonna go up against these dudes to interview for the Rams. So just from that to the very end was amazing. It was very life changing. And what I mean by that was because we had to go up against, I want to say 20 to 30, 40 dudes. We're going against just interviewing, seeing who can be the best fit for this program. At the end, they chose two of us. So it was me and Kenzo. So just to know that I was chosen out of 30, 20 plus dudes felt really good to me,
It was an honor.
Yeah. And mind you, I only have X amount of months from being released. So that felt good. And then just learning the other side of the football field was really, really nice.
So you got out of YA, went into ARC, and then a couple of months later, you're interning with the NFL. Wow.
And that was a big thing for me.
Any players you connect in?
Yeah, actually, really I connected with a few players, but the one that stood out was Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner.
Yeah,
Bobby Wagner. He's gone now.
Yeah,
Is he playing in the league still?
He's still in the league.
Washington,
second year with Washington Commanders. Yeah, he just signed another deal.
Well, awesome. Okay, so how did you connect with Bobby Wagner?
With Bobby, it was when I landed to football operations. So I made it to football operations, which is we're working basically stationed at the football facility, the training facility. So we're seeing the players all day, the coaches. We're seeing all them. So with Bobby, it started at breakfast. I was brave enough to sit at his table, and I noticed all the other rookies and players wouldn't. So I sat at his table and had a few jokes with him.
Okay.
And we just started shooting the stuff with each other. And
wow.
He really took a liking to me and Kenzo.
Okay.
Yeah.
You remember the president's name of the Rams?
Yeah, Kevin Dema.
Okay, remind me to bring. I'm about to talk about Kevin a little bit, but okay. So Bobby, you got close to Bobby. So tell us about the Rams? What happened? Graduation, everything. How'd that go?
So the Rams, we learned a lot of good stuff. We I want to say worked every home game that year. Mm-hmm. Did a lot of field work in the field, like giving back to the community, a lot of donations and stuff like that. So that was fun. As it got closer to wrapping up my fellowship, as we were like transitioning to our new jobs, some tragic stuff happened with me and my family. Uh-huh. My mother passed away. And Rams still had my back. They immediately, as soon as I kind of called, my girl Molly. I was able to
Molly Higgins.
Yeah, I was able to make a call to Molly Higgins and kind of let her know what's going on, and I was gonna need some time to heal from this, and I wouldn't be in office. Immediately, she reached out to Bobby, and they were able to donate and cover half of my mom's expenses for her funeral stuff. And then Kevin and the Rams were able to match Bobby and pay the other half. And that was just awesome alone. My family didn't have to do too much stressing, moving around, and kind of heal at peace. So that felt good.
So sadly, how did your mom pass?
So she passed, unfortunately. It kind of goes back to like a full circle. It goes back to her demons and my father, and she never really healed herself completely, and she still suffered from drug abuse, years later, and that came after when I found myself back in the system. So she had a lot of years clean, but as I found myself in the system, she went back to those roots, and eventually, it kind of.
And you were close to her.
I was her. Believe it or not, she would tell me she would like to say her favorite. She'd choose another word for it, but I guess she would tell me at times I was her first actual planned kid. Oh. Like her other relationships weren't the best, so stuff just happened. Okay. But with me, I guess she got married to my father. Like they planned me, then
so she technically was happy she did it the right way.
Yeah,
not saying the other siblings. Yeah.
So she was so attached. Yeah. So
but I hear what the story. Do you understand what she's saying? She's saying that she hooked up with your dad, finally got it right, did the marriage, and then they had beautiful Juan. The standard way for American style. But okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And then my man Bobby Wagner and then Rams supported you. That's beautiful.
And it felt good too, just to have a connection that I must have standed out some way, somehow,
Correct.
Because I'm sure they meet so much people, so much fans.
No, due to you guys' awesome work ethics, we continue that partnership with the Rams, the Right Way Foundation. We run their internship now with Bank of America. We just had 2 young ladies go through the program. And that was a little bit different, but they did well. Talk about the bells and whistles of the Rams internship. Tease the audience, because it came with a lot. What did you get?
Yeah, so... man, we work in every home game. They moved us into this. So before that, I'm sharing a room with another roommate of mine. So they moved me out from this Koreatown home to this nice Woodland Hills apartment, fully furnished. I couldn't even keep up with the rent if I wanted to, but they paid my rent for 6 months, rent free. They paid us a really nice stipend. Nice salary. We were salaried for 6 months. So it was a good start to start saving. They helped me open a bank account. So I was able to save and learn how to take care of myself.
Awesome.
Yeah, they took good care.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So 6 months, nice apartment, nice salary. See, Rams are doing it the right way. I wonder how many other NFL teams are out there doing things like that.
I think that's the only one in the nation.
We need to see if my Steelers are doing the right thing, doing it the right way.
And I wish I did it the year before, because the year before, I believe they won that Super Bowl, and they told me I would have got a ring. But I wish they would have got a ring.
Wow. Well, now we're going into part 2 with Juan, another 10 minutes of healing the right way. Now he's covered his internship at the Rams, but I think we just need one more segment with my man Juan, because we want to hear the super happy ending and what is he doing today. So please tune back in when you hear the story of our awesome Juan, part 3, 10 minutes of healing the right way.